Hey everybody, Nick Espinoza, your chief security fanatic here, and today I'm talking about Twitter users because I'm asking the question just how anonymous they should be. Now, we have an update on a years old at this point story that essentially was a conspiracy theory that blew way out of proportion, and here we are as it's working its way through the US court system, and we are going to start with this. Now, this is coming from NPR, it's just some great reporting here, but a federal judge in California this past Tuesday ordered that Twitter reveal the identity of an anonymous user who allegedly fabricated an FBI document to spread a conspiracy theory about the killing of Seth Rich. If you recall, he's the DNC staffer who died in 2016. Now, this ruling could lead to the identification of the person behind the Twitter account at WisePerTech. So through that account, the user of that account allegedly provided forged FBI materials to Fox News. These documents falsely linked Seth Rich killing to the WikiLeaks hack of the Democratic Party emails in the lead up to the 2016 election. If you recall, that entire thing, that was a John Podesta email dump that was tagged to Seth Rich through this document here. Now, while Twitter fought to keep the user's identity secret, U.S. Magistrate Judge Donna Ryu of Oakland, California, ordered this past Tuesday that Twitter must turn over the information to the attorneys representing Rich's family in a defamation suit by October 20th. Now, this is the latest twist in a years-long saga over this conspiracy theory that it's just insane, and it's caused this family a great deal of pain, and it's set off just a ton of legal battles here. Now, in a now retracted story, this is what happened. Fox News falsely claimed that Rich's computer was connected to the leak of the Democratic Party emails that were provided to WikiLeaks, and that Rich's slaying was related to the purported leak. This theory has been debunked multiple times by the FBI, by independent researchers, including the Robert Mueller report as well. The Washington Times, a conservative news outlet, later reported in 2018 that Rich's brother, Aaron Rich, actually helped steal these emails in exchange for money from WikiLeaks, and that he knew his brother would be killed and did nothing to stop it. None of those allegations were true. A lawsuit has been filed, and that story has been retracted. But the Rich family insists that the baseless story is still causing them harm. Aaron Rich filed a defamation suit against a money manager and former Fox News guest, Ed Butowski, another person named Matt Couch, who is an activist, America First Media, who is Couch's media company, and the Washington Times, which he later reached a settlement with. As this defamation case moves towards trial, one major question has been that unnamed quote-unquote federal investigator that supposedly revealed an FBI forensic report and shared that information with Butowski and the others. Attorneys for Aaron Rich say they believe it is now the deactivated Twitter account that as WisePerTech, I can't really pronounce, and the judges ordering Twitter to provide this information could really help basically get his attorneys closer to who would have generated this. Is this some 12-year-old kid in his basement? Is this a state-sponsored attacker? What is this? And to quote Benedict Hugh, the attorney for Aaron Rich, learning the identity of @WisePerTech is necessary in order to confirm that @WisePerTech was not in fact an FBI insider or otherwise somebody who had access to non-public material. Meaning, if this @WisePerTech actually is an FBI agent, that is a whole new thing and could totally put this into a different direction. But all evidence, again, including the Mueller report and multiple governing sources, including the FBI, have basically debunked this. Now, over the course of gathering evidence for this case, nobody has been willing to confirm that identity, and so attorney Julie Schwartz, who is representing Twitter, basically would not respond to comments regarding this. But the subpoena did not seek the private messages sent by this account, just, and I quote, limited account registration information and the user's IP address. If Twitter complies with this judge's order, the account information will then be available to Aaron Rich's attorneys, And eventually it might become public in later court filings, and then we'll all know the backstory to this. And it wasn't just this as well. I know that there was defamation suits, and Fox News commentators like Sean Hannity and Lou Dobbs are being deposed as well, and they are trying to depose Laura Ingraham, all of which were really ringing this bell back in 2016 about this massive conspiracy. Now, here's the thing overall. Does this actually violate this user at Wise Protect? Does it violate their free speech? That appears to be Twitter's position on this one, because in court filings, attorneys for Twitter claim that such a disclosure would violate the First Amendment rights of a user to be anonymous. And to quote their attorney Schwartz, Twitter's primary goal is to ensure that the subpoena not be used to chill anonymous speech that does not rise to the level of defamation. Yet lawyers for Aaron Rich said that the person who hid behind that Twitter account obviously fueled a harmful conspiracy theory and therefore needs to be exposed. And I quote them, "Plaintiff seeks to demonstrate the reach of the forged FBI report on the false information spread by defendants, but cannot do so without serving discovery on the anonymous user who disseminated that report." Now, I think this is actually a really excellent early example of how disinformation can explode across the internet and then fire up a large swath of the population that actually believe what is now, we know, a demonstrably false conspiracy theory. I think this is just absolutely fascinating with this. And I don't necessarily think that this violates that first person's rights, only in the sense that I think you can go on and be anonymous absolutely anywhere. But if you are doing something that is stirring up millions and millions of people and causing harm, damage, physically, mentally, whatever that is something I think that needs to be debated. And the other one that I could think of in this sense would be QAnon. The person behind QAnon would be something that I think would be very interesting to basically unmask and make not anonymous in this sense, because we've had a lot of reports and there's been a lot of speculation that it's actually one of the founders of, I believe, 4chan or 8chan that is actually doing this, given a word analysis by artificial intelligence and how its focus shifted to match the focus of the founder, and what he was doing. So that would be another one that I think would be interesting, because we have seen a lot of movement in the QAnon community. Things like Pizzagate, for example, where somebody held up a pizza joint in Washington, D.C. with a rifle and stuff like that. That would be something that would be in this vein, because if Twitter goes through and this holds up, I could very easily see somebody going after QAnon in this manner, and basically the justice system forcing the identity of who that person is. So there you go. That is your news of the day. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Please be gentle, because I know some of you are, might actually believe in Seth Rich and all this kind of stuff. But I think as long as we are able to have open and honest and accurate conversations, it's never a bad thing. And so that is your news of the day. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP. And please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube as well. And as always, stay safe and stay online. Thanks, everyone.